guys, it's November 4th, 2020. I'm Kimberly Jolly from Fat Quarter Shop Floss Tube. Super excited to be here today. Christmas is creeping up, and at the end of this show, we're going to show you my cross-stitch holiday gift guide and some favorite cross-stitch notions that double as great holiday gifts. So you're going to want to wait for that. But also, I have on the brand new Jolly Housewife shirts. That's a combination of me, Kimberly Jolly, and Stitching with the Housewives. We're going to have a fun event in December, and we're going to tell you more about that in a couple of weeks. But the shirt is very similar to the previous one. It's soft, it's true to size, so this is a large. That's what I usually wear. Super excited to be able to offer that, and we also have another new Housewives item or two in the video. So make sure to tune in to the end for our Christmas, fun Christmas stuff. I'm going to jump into Stitchtober. So Stitchtober, let's see what I got done this week. I got a lot done. So the very first thing I worked on was Hands-On Design, Let's Talk Autumn. And I did want to let you know she released pictures this morning of Let's Talk Winter. Super cute. So we have a ton of those on order. I will also be making that. It seems to be the same size from what I can tell. So you could finish them the same way. I made mine with the called for colors, Kathy's called for colors. And this week, this is what I worked on, the gourds, acorns, and scarecrows. I did come in and add another leaf. And I started the, there's a cocoa here. Not a cocoa, something else. Oh yeah, apple cider. So I kind of started that and I added this. And today what I need to work on is down here, hay rides and apple cider. So I've got to do all of this today. And then later in the week, later in the week, I'm going to do sweater weather. And I'll probably go ahead and put some of these pumpkins in. So by next week, I'm hoping to have all of this done right here. And then at the very end, I will just have falling leaves and pumpkin patch. It's looking really nice. I like the colors, and it's really fast because there's not a lot of color. So sometimes when you just have a ton of color changes, it just goes on. I feel like it goes on and on and on. But very excited, and very excited to see this morning that she had Let's Talk Winter. I haven't taken a long look at it, but I'm very excited. We have it on order, and so we should have it in stock in a week or two. I think she's shipping later this week. So that was my first Stitchtober. Let's see. Let me go to my little book. So the next thing I worked on was the zinnia and the crow, and I'm completely finished. So this one, we're going to film a video on how Lori came up with the finishing, and it's going to publish on one of the days that I am out of town. So this is finished. I'm very excited. I really like that black. I'm not a black person, but it looks pretty good. And these only took about an hour each, so super easy. And now that I'm done with all the DMC from this, I will keep them on my floss flowers, and then I've already put them in my drawer. So I've already stored away all my leftover floss. So as soon as I'm done with the project, I will take my floss flowers or floss biddies and then put them in the drawer they go in, so that next time I don't have to buy them. So that is my second finish. My third finish, or maybe it's my first finish, I don't even know, is Fright Night. So this was designed by Cody and charted by Sarah, and I'm going to have Priscilla finish it for me the same way she finished the sample. I did want to show you the difference in floss. So this was part 5. So now if you're interested in getting this, you can just order this as a PDF and you'll just get the entire file. I'm going to show you the difference between mine and Cheryl's one last time, because Cheryl's going to take hers home. So Cheryl stitched on 28 count hazy gray from Fabric Flair. I stitched on 14 count hazy gray with fabric flare, and I did the loop method, and for some reason my black is much darker. She kept her threads together like you're supposed to, and she has a lot of variegation, and hers is lighter. So, and the skeins were from the same dye lot. So I'm excited about this one. I am going to send this one to Priscilla so she can finish it just like she finished Cheryl's right here. And she used her Priscilla's plaids for that. So that's a finish. And this is how the back of Fabric Flare looks, just so you know. It's the regular white Aida, and they screen print on one side. So that is a finish. And the next one is my October trucking along. So I skipped September. So one of the things I need to work on is I need to go back and do September because I skipped it. But I went ahead and finished October, and I put Piggy right here. He's cute, right? His little ears don't stick out that much, but they're cute, and he's cute anyway. He has a little purple collar. And on the pattern, Priscilla and Chelsea have 3 little, I don't know what you call those, little flowers, and then they have 2 chickens. But I didn't really want to do a chicken. So I was going to either add another banner type thing on each side, but then I just figured that was just going to be way too much and too much going on. So I just added some little 4 patches from the rest of it, and it looks nice. So I'm excited. The only other change I made to this is I think I added some little white to some of the teeth. Some of the pumpkins I added some teeth. I have no idea where I came up with that, but I did. So I'm finished with October. I am going to go back and do September. So that's a finish. And then I have another finish. It's like the week of finishes is what this should be. This is Calvin and Trixie, and mine is Calvin and Piggy. So this is the little witch Trixie, and Priscilla drew me Piggy. So Piggy's hanging out, and I like how my whiskers came out. I tried it a couple of different times. It kind of bugs me how those 2 strands keep coming apart. I'm going to probably send this to Priscilla to finish for me. It's super cute. I need to contact Layla May to see if I can get one of these pumpkin paddles. But it's really cute. I think my kids are going to really like it. I used all of her colors. I didn't change anything. For the dog, let's see what I did for the dog, the colors. I did caramel. I didn't even write it down. No, I did write it down. Hold on. I did caramel and hickory sticks, I think, for the dog. So that is another finish. And then, let's see. The next one is almost finished, but not quite. But this has been the easiest one so far out of everything that I've been doing. This is Autumn Typography by Pine Needle Designs. And I had some extra time this week. So this week I was supposed to do turkeys and football, and I did. But I had a lot more time this week, so I went ahead and cheated and did this week's raking leaves, and then I just need to do state. So I actually this week could just finish it off. We'll see how much I get done, but when I have a little bit of extra time, it's nice to do a little bit, so this week I won't have as much to do. On this one, I did change the colors, and we list the colors on the Autumn Typography thread pack, and so it'll tell you Sandra's colors and then my colors. And I think I'm going to frame this one like this, not in brown, but I think I'm going to find I do think I'm going to frame it. I kind of thought about doing a pillow out of it too, but it kind of came out big, so I'm not sure. And then this week, I have to work on all of the things I just showed you. So Let's Talk Autumn, the one I just showed you, I've got 2 sections to do. And then the rest, and then Autumn Typography, what I also showed you. And then I need to start this one. So this is November. And this is what I was talking about, is that I need to go back and I need to go back and do September. So this week, I'm going to do the banner, the left corn husks, the right corn husks, and the truck. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the chicken out, and I'm going to put Piggy somewhere in here and then leave the basket. So I might put the basket on a pumpkin and then Piggy on the truck. And really what I do, I need to be more organized and figure out how to use it on my phone. But what I do is I just go in my closet where all my stuff is and just copy the previous Piggy. But I need to figure out how to take a picture of all the Piggies I make and save them so that I don't have to run and start going through all my stuff. So that is exciting. So that's what I have for this week. I'm going to show you what Lori has done this week. She has worked on 2 different projects. The first one is Autumn at Hawk Run Hollow by Carriage House Samplings. We have the pattern. She is stitching that on fabric from her stash. And there's another Hawk Run Hollow that she's also finished. So I'm assuming she's going to kind of interchange those for the seasons. The next one is Blackbird Inn by Little House Needleworks. We have the pattern, and she's using fabric from her stash. And she posted a great Stitchtober video last Friday that you'll want to check out. And she showed all of her progress from everything that she's been doing. She showed lots of different finishes and lots of different things that you can do. And she's going to do a floss tube every month, 1 video a month. And so you'll be able to get ideas from her. And I'm sure that, that you'll like it. So let me know what questions y'all have on Stitchtober. I will say this week it felt really good because I was actually finishing things, and it always makes me feel good when, when you finish a project, because then oh gosh, I can start something else and something else and something else.
From Sarah Bettram, for trucking along, is there another fabric that you would recommend other than the chalkboard black?
There is a Blackboard by Lori Holt, but it is true black, and that's 25 count. Some people have done brown, which you could do, but you would want to do a darker brown. So for example, lamb's wool would be too light. Vintage country mocha might work, and then you might have to change some colors if there's, if the brown doesn't show up or something, but I would go with a darker brown. I don't think any other color would work. I don't think gray would work. I don't think aqua would work.
From Gail Stale, have a question on fabrics. What would be the next step up from 14 count Aida if you want to change to a different fabric that's not Aida?
25 count Lugana, and that is because that's the equivalent of 12.5, so it's easier to see the holes than it would be at 28 count. So I've done 28 count Lugana. I'm done with it. I will do 25 count, but next year in 2021 I'm going to try to do solely 100% Aida. One thing that I do have planned is rather large, so I'm going to have to do a 16 or 18 count, but I do 25 count Lugana is fine. I can see it. 28 count I can't.
From Anne-Marie Makowski, my hazy gray is way lighter than yours. What can I do to brighten my moon especially? It's hard to see. I'm using weeks.
I don't know. You could do a brighter white, but then it will look funny. Can I see mine? Maybe yours is lighter because you're doing 28 count. So they should be exactly the same because these are not dyed. These are screen printed, so they should be the same. And you can see Cheryl's is much lighter than mine, and you can see that you can still see the white. I would say at this point you wouldn't want to change the white because you've already done all of this, and you're not going to want to redo that. And for a lot of people, this was the hardest part. That's my only suggestion that I have.
From Maria Elena Bleca, your Aida looks a lot softer than mine. Do you wash for your stitching?
No.
Do you wash before your stitching?
No, I don't. I don't even iron it. I used to, and I just kind of quit. So like today, or tomorrow when I start the November. This will have creases because it's been sitting in my bag, right? I will just start stitching. I won't even iron. They'll come out. I'll iron at the end though.
From Sally Dixon, how do you decide what size to cut the Aida cloth when starting a project?
Okay, so what I do it in a spreadsheet, is I write out the stitch count in one column. I write out the finished size in one column, and then I add 4 inches to those because I give myself 2 inches all the way around. Some people give themselves 3 inches all the way around, which would be +6. And I usually just do it in a spreadsheet or handwrite it so I don't make any mistakes. I prefer 2 inches all the way around. Some people do 3. It's up to you. And sometimes I don't cut it down. Like you're going to see something in a little bit that I've been working on and I didn't even cut it down. I wasn't at home when I started it, and then when I got home, I was like, oh, well, I'm not going to cut it down. So sometimes I don't even cut it down.
Lots of people are asking if they can buy the shirt that you're wearing right now.
Oh, of course. So it goes from small to 3X. It is a collaboration between me and Priscilla and Chelsea, and it's so comfortable, and I think it's hilarious because it says Jolly Housewives, and I'm definitely not a housewife, but we can pretend I am with the shirt. And I'm waiting for my kids to even notice, to be like, wait, what? Is that your name? I don't even think they'll get it.
That's funny. Farm Girl 70 said, I think you forgot a branch on your Fright Night.
Did I?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Did I?
Right above the pumpkin.
Oh,
That-
here?
That branch.
Oh, I did. That's why we do these live streams. Look, I forgot right here. Is this what I forgot?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I'll fix it. That's pretty funny. That's not the first time. Last week I had found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was 12 stitches I had to redo.
Oh, yeah.
And so I redid them, and then now Denise has to reframe it.
From Grammy Love, is Aida 16 count much different from 14? Is it a big step in the size of the holes?
No, I don't think it's too big. 18 is a pretty big. So I did 18 count on Snow Village, and that one was pretty hard. I'm looking right now for a 16 count for something that I have planned. The reason I'm not telling anybody is because I got to make sure I can find the 16 count before I start my project. Find a 16 count that I like. I'm on the search, and I haven't found anything close to what I'm looking for yet.
From Mary Pitchard Ferber, if you join the 12-month trucking along now, will it start with January?
Yes.
And from Brenda Bishk, good morning. Will you be selling the frame for the monthly samplers?
Yes. We ordered them about a month ago. We don't have a ship date, but yes, we have ordered them.
And lots of people are asking, how did Emma's dance go?
Oh my gosh, it was so fun. It was great. She had 9 dances in 2 days. She did great. She had fun. I felt like the hotel was completely safe at all times. It was very low occupancy, very low stress. It was great. And it was great because they didn't have valet, so you could actually park and walk because not all the valet spots were taken. And you didn't have to walk 2 miles. That was my concern because if I'm going and getting food, I was concerned like about the time and then the food, like carrying all that food back. No, it was great. It was so much fun. It was great to just get out of the house and do something. Of course, I was tired on Sunday when I got home. I want to show you some club stuff so you can kind of see in action what our clubs really are. So my very first club I want to show you is Fabric Flair. So in October, if you were in this club, you would have gotten this cobweb. And we offer it in 14 and 28. So this is 14 count. And what I wanted to show you guys is every time we ship this out, Denise puts some ideas here. So sometimes y'all ask for ideas, but these are the ideas that we come up with. And if you're in the club, this is what you will be getting for November. It is called Antique Sage. And this would also look great with the Fright Night. So it would just be kind of darker. And this club ships around the 15th of every month. And just remember to kind of keep this so that if you could keep this with your fabric in your stash so that when you're ready to use it, you could say, oh, I really like this one. Or that kind of thing. The next club I wanted to show you is the very first cross stitch club that we did. And let's see, sorry, I'm trying to bend. Okay, this is what we sent last month in October. And this is the Aida and this is the linen. And I wanted to show you both because they look very different. Because that's just the fabric takes the dye differently. So I'm in this club and this is what I get, which is Aida, and Cheryl is in this club and she gets this because it is linen. And they look different. So this is October's. And then this one is November's. And I wanted to show you the same thing. Different colors. Ships around the 26th of each month. And then our Pen Lovers Club, we have been offering in our quilt store for quite a long time. This one is called Don't Be Scared Pen Mini. It's shipped in October. And this one is called Give Thanks, and this just shipped. It ships around the 1st of the month, and these are actually clay buttons. We have several videos by Cecile on how she actually makes them. She makes them in a tube, she stretches them, she cuts them, she bakes them in an oven, like a little, what do you call that, Lily? A convection oven, like what you put in your kitchen. The little tiny oven.
The toaster oven?
Toaster oven. She this is how she does it. And then she puts the pins in. And I have these on a really cool beehive that I have, and I actually ran out of room, so I had to buy another one. So there's that. And then I wanted to show you snapshots real quick. So let's see. I said I was going to finish and I didn't, but I'm close. This is June. So this club we'll probably be closing this club in around December, just because we can only get so much DMC. So when you sign up for this club, you get the pattern by Pine Mountain Designs. You get the 10 count farmhouse fabric by Lori Holt, and you get a conversion guide. And this is how it looks when I work on it, so that we get it correct, and it will tell you exactly what you need to do to adjust to this pattern. So all I have left is the little camper. So I will finish this week. We'll get it framed and show you. So that is June. We've picked, so if you want to see the previous months of this club, we showed that last week. So this is June. And July is right here. And Cheryl's going to do this one. And she's going to get the fabric and everything today. So this is our thread. Oh, let's do a floss toss. So you can see the thread that we picked. And again, you get the pattern, you get the fabric. And I'm going to show you all of the thread. So we went with very traditional Americana colors. It looks really good. So I'm excited that Cheryl's going to start this, and then we'll show you when Cheryl's done. And so that is our clubs. Let me know if you have any questions on clubs before I move to the next section. And I'm going to put my scissors up before I poke myself.
From Pat Brown, is the linen that we stitch on different than the regular linen sold on bolts?
No, it's the same. So sometimes we buy it on bolts and cut it down ourselves, and sometimes the manufacturer sends it to us cut down. Just depends.
And from Jennifer Gregory, is the linen in the Wichell Club even weave?
No.
And then a few people are asking how a pin stitch works on Aida and if it would harm the fabric.
I don't know how to do it. That's what I've been on the search for. Lori said she's not sure it's going to work, but we're going to see. I'm going to try to figure that out, but I'm on the search. She thinks it's going to be too bulky.
From Deborah Schultz, so do you get the thread with the Snapshot Club also?
Yep. You get everything, and some of the colors you get two of. So you get in, and that's why I stitch them and Cheryl stitches them so that we keep track of everything you need and make sure that you have enough to do the full thing, because you're working on 10 count, and with 10 count you use more thread.
A few people are asking if you got to meet Jan Hicks.
I did. I was just about to talk about it. So, she's so fun. I texted her the night before and said, what time do you want to meet at Stitches from the Heart, which is a great store in San Antonio. And we kind of picked a time. And then she said, well, what's the name of the hotel you're staying at? Where she lives is 1.2 miles from the hotel. So that was good. So I picked her up, and then we rode to the store, and then we went to lunch. And it was so funny because when I picked her up, I said, oh, you live right by Chick-fil-A and Starbucks. And she was like, I do. Like, you can tell that, like, she was like, how do you know? I was like, I've driven by where she lives. Like, I've driven by it at least 10 times because I've stayed at that hotel forever. And I know exactly where to go to Starbucks, and exactly where to go to Chick-fil-A. And she was like, well, where's Chick-fil-A? And I was like, oh, right here by Walmart. So it's so funny. She's so nice. And so she is going to be doing a different design every quarter that we will sell as a PDF. And she's going to do a different Cosmo thread pack. And we mailed her a Cosmo card so that she can see all of the Cosmo colors. But we had fun. We went to Stitch from the Heart, and she bought some fabric and some threads. And I just bought a lot of threads, and they have a wooden box there that I bought, and it was fun. And then we went to Chewy's, and she was like, well, what's Chewy's? And I said to her, you haven't lived until you've had Chewy's. And then, you know what's so bad, Lily? When I went, I always order the half order of deluxe chicken enchiladas. I haven't been there.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of the name of it. I was like, because they have a limited menu, and it's not on there. And I'm like, I don't know. It's like the simple enchiladas. I'm like, I don't know what it's called.
You have to order, because I ran into that, you have to order the chicken enchiladas with the tomatillo sauce.
Well, I just asked the waitress. I was like, can you tell me what? Anyway, because I have had Chewy's plenty of times since COVID, because we get the family packs, but I haven't been there. And I was like, how pathetic is my life that I don't know what I order at Chewy's, because I am very into food. Let me tell you, when I go somewhere, I know where my food is. I know where everything is. But yeah, she was so nice. She's on vacation this week, and if you don't know who she is, she has a FlossTube channel. It's called Jan Hicks Creates, and she does a lot of really bright stuff and a lot of different styles. She does primitive, bright. She does all kinds of different styles, so it's fun to watch her because everything looks different.
All right, we have a question from Renee Legier. Will the Snapshot Club be available in 2021?
Yes, so it starts in 2021. So that's what we're doing, is showing you everything so that we can fill our spots. And then once our spots are full, we're going to close it off. And we're using DMC for that. You get the pattern and you get the farmhouse every month. And starts in January, and you go all the way from January to December. I've stitched January through June. Cheryl's going to do July, and then starting in January, we're going to kit up the rest of them to give ourselves a little break, because we've been sewing on those like crazy. And the deal with that club is we're hand selecting the colors. Cody, Denise, and I are hand selecting the colors so that they're very kind of the Fat Quarter Shop colors.
From Sarah C., where can we find the colors you use on the snapshots if we're not in the club?
We will post that on the blog after the club members receive theirs, since they are the club members, but it will be on the blog after.
From Deborah Greenfield, if you have never used anything other than DMC, what is the best way to start other flosses?
Pick a pattern that's small and that you really like the colors, and just do it. But that way you're not making like a huge investment into the floss. Just pick something that you like that's small, and just make sure you like it. Don't start a project that's this big. And that was one thing that Jan and I talked about. It was so funny because I was like, I really don't care what floss I use. It could be DMC, Cosmo, it could be our floss. It could be, I don't care. The floss doesn't matter to me. I care more about the pattern. And she really cares about like the floss and the fabric. And so we're opposite, because I'm kind of like, oh, if it's cute, I'll do it. And she's like more authentic in that. I mean, she bought a beautiful piece of fabric from Weeks Dye Works there. It was beautiful. And I couldn't even see the holes. I was like, yeah, okay. There's no way I could do that.
From Cindy Stitches 74, is there an alternative fabric that is not so dark to stitch Chalk Talk on 32 count?
So I have seen some people do it on brown. I'm not sure it would look. I would kind of go look at Hands on Design, maybe look at some of her hashtags, and you will see some other colors other people have made. The white really needs to pop out. Now, Lori is doing hers. If you go back and watch her video from Friday, she stitched hers on 25 count pebble, which has a little bit more gray brown in it and is lighter, and it does look great and it does pop. But I would say doing a tan might be difficult to get that white to pop in all the spots, especially if you're doing a brown that is hand dyed, because you're going to have lighter and darker parts. But Lori's looks really good. And she showed it in Friday's video, and it's, of course, on her Instagram.
And Lori Holt actually said, yes, the pin stitch works on Ada. I said it may not work if you're doing more than one thread because it would be very lumpy.
Okay, so she's going to show me, and I'm going to figure it out, I swear.
Yay. And then we had a couple super chats. First one from Valeria Bauer for $19.99. And Valeria put a little dancing pear that says, you are amazing.
Thank you.
And then our next super chat was from Dot Goose Design Denise for $10, and they said, hi from me and Miss Gracie. Love Kimberly and the Fat Quarter Shop crew.
Thank you. And these are her bags. So anytime you see a bag that's this size, they're her bags that I've bought on Etsy. And they usually, they have the little.
So cute.
I have a bunch of Christmas ones that I bought last year for our upcoming Christmas event. So I want to show you whips now. And the first whip you have seen, it's by Halloween Quaker, Lila's Studio, and Cheryl has made a lot of progress.
Ooh.
I know. It looks really good. So I think last week she was kind of right here. Mm-hmm. So it looks really good. She's stitching on 32 count Murky by Picture This Plus with called for colors. So that's the first whip of the week. This purple's really nice. It's kind of a bluish purple. The next one is by Christina. She is working on our Hey Pumpkin pattern. This was released first in our Stitch Quarterly subscription. And she is stitching it on the 10 count burlap that the sample is made on, and she is using the called for colors. That looks really good. And then Christina also is working on Halloween Critter Trio by Waxing Moon Designs. And she's gonna do, I think she's gonna do all three of them. She is stitching this on 10 count Farmhouse even weave. Or just, it's not even weave, it's just 10 count Farmhouse. And the colors, we have linked the colors Christina is using in our description box. So she's doing this one. Yeah, and it's gonna look, that would look really good in a pillow. I wonder how she's gonna finish it. And for our finishes, our very first finish is by Pat Sloan. So Pat Sloan is a very famous quilter. If you don't follow her, she is getting into cross stitch. Mm-hmm. She made Lori Holt's Halloween 2020 mix and match. Her friend Cindy Dickinson stitched this on 14 count Graceful Gray by Witchell. And the reason why is Pat broke her wrists, and so she can't stitch right now. But Pat did layer this to make a pillow, and she basically, she's got information on her blog that we put in the link box, but she sewed a fabric to the back of her cross stitch, flipped it out. She put a purple rickrack, and this fabric is from the Bonnie Lane collection of hers. That's her collection. And so this is an envelope pillow. Let me show you the back.
So cool.
And then this is, it's like 3-dimensional. So you can see the different layers. And she has information on her blog and a video about it.
Pat's in the chat. She says, thank you for sharing it.
I know, it's so cool. I love it. It's very 3D. And then Pumpkins for Sale is right here. This is also my finish from this week. This is my first finish. This is Lori Holt's Pumpkins for Sale pattern. I stitched this on. Oh, this is yours. Oops. This one's
was like, wait.
this one's Denise's. Sorry. But we framed mine on a video on Monday that we're going to be showing the week of
25th.
Thanksgiving. So it will be, and this is all Lori's idea. We used her Prim fabric and her Bee natural lace. So that was my first finish. This is Denise's though. And I know because it's got the library card and it says Denise. And I was like, wait a minute, this is not mine. But we did the same exact thing. And in the video, it will have everything, you know, the Hobby Lobby frame and all of that. Okay, she's bringing me mine.
It's like you should hold them up together.
Okay, well,
Oh, it's a lot, yeah.
okay. So this one is mine. And this one is Denise's. And you can see mine has a little bit of variegation in the weeks, and this is DMC.
Oh, yeah.
But really, I mean, nobody who stitches would know the difference. And so that can be a video that you can look forward to because we're going to show you how to do everything. And it looks just like the cover. So let me know if y'all have any questions on that.
We got a super chat, a couple super chats actually. One from Tamara Bowen for $5, and she put a little pair that's working out saying, keep it up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tamara. And then our next super chat is from Princess P, Holly Martin, and they said, Kimberly, thank you for sharing your knowledge and keeping us inspired. You and your team are amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, I couldn't do it by myself. Couldn't do it by myself. Okay, so I'm going to show you some new stuff that we got this week. The very first one is by Madame Chantilly. It's called Christmas Stamps. And it is so cute. Her patterns are black and white. I know that's a question we get a lot. This one is Tra La La. I'm not even going to try to say the name. And then we received all of the new Brenda Gervais patterns. When Santa's away, the mice will play. Mr. Marshmallow. So cute. This is Kermit from Picture This Plus fabric, I believe. Brr, it's snow outside. It's cold outside. Look at this brr. That's cute. And this one is a booklet, Winter Rose Manor. I'll show you the front and the back. And then we have some new, a new needle minder that came in. I think I think we need to make a change on it. So if you look at the website, I think there might be something off on it we need to fix this morning. But this is a brand new, she is our most popular designer for needle minders. And then the next items we have are new fabric from Fabric Flair. Ooh. So there's a blue gingham. These are 14 count. Blue gingham, red gingham, gray gingham. This is my favorite. And then white snow with aqua dyed effect. This would look really good on a lot of stuff. Nude solid, and I feel like this is a really good addition to our lineup just because we have a lot of browns. And this is more of, it's a lot lighter if you're not a brown person. And then Old Library Marble. This one's really, it's got the dyed look.
That's cool.
And then our flash sale for today is Goodness and Plenty by Plum Street. And we have a Zappy Dot by Hands on Design and Priscilla. And this is a needle minder. A needle nanny. So let me know what questions you'll have before we are gonna. Okay, so we are gonna take a little Christmas break. Don't leave. We're gonna come back with a special presentation of some Christmas gift ideas, and you can send this video to your husband so he can find you some cross-stitch gifts for Christmas.
Yes. We'll be right back. Enjoy the musical selection.
To the holiday set. I'm so excited to show you. This year we put together a 2020 cross stitch holiday gift guide, and it's on our blog. We posted it this morning, and we have 24 of my favorite cross stitch items on the blog. But today we're going to have so much fun, and we're going to unwrap my 12 top favorites. We also have a giveaway on the blog, so you'll want to go check out all that information on the blog. But I'm going to show you my top 12 and why they're my top 12. And you can send your husband this video and he can pick what he wants to buy you for Christmas, because you know it's coming soon. So my very first one, let's see what it is. Oh my gosh, it's the Prim Sheep Needle Minder. So I love this one. It's by Lori Holt. And it is large enough to hold your scissors, and it coordinates with the Prim Quilt Kit, the Prim Stitch Series, and it's 1.5 by 2, so it is a much bigger needle minder than normal. So you can actually put both your needle and your scissors on there. So that's one of my favorites. Yay! My next one, let's see. Let's open it. Woo-woo! Let's see what's in here. Oh my gosh, my cross stitch key. So I love my cross stitch key. It has a reference guide for floss count, which is right here. Needle size, so it gives you a recommended needle size for your fabric that you have. It has a ruler, so when you're trying to measure in where to start, I measure in at 2 inches. Some people measure in at 3 inches. You could also use the corner guide for that if you wanted to. And this helps you figure out what cloth you have. And it also tells you how many strands to use. So this is a great item to always have in your bag. Even if you are on a trip, sometimes you might just need to know how many inches something is. So you wouldn't just use this just for cross stitch. I've used it a lot of times just to measure things, which is really, really fun. It's nice. I like the quality of it. It's not too heavy and super cute. So this is number 2. Let's see what's in here. See, this should just be my Christmas. We should just wrap all this up, give it back to Kevin, and then he can give it to me, and then he doesn't have to shop. Because even though I have all of these things, I just need a little bit more. Okay, these have been my favorite scissors, the OmniGrid 4-inch needlecraft scissors. I've been using these for probably 20 years. They are super sharp and the perfect size. And if I'm traveling and I'm worried about the sharpness, you can put a little petite point protector on there. Lori makes some that you can put on there. But these, I have literally 20 pair. And if you get in my car, when Jan got in my car, there's scissors in the door. And there's always scissors there because, I might forget my scissors and they're in the door. But these are a must-have. And I use these not only for cross-stitch, I also use them. They're my scissors that I use when I'm doing binding and when I'm quilting and I'm chain piecing and I'm cutting apart. So these might just come home with me because not only do I need 20, I might need 21 pair. Let's do something bigger. Let's see what's in this big package. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is a must-have for all of us that have bad eyesight. Because, once you hit 40, it all goes downhill. Everyone told me it did, but it does. When you're 40, forget it. Just forget it. I cannot stitch without this. So when I'm using 25 count, I use this. When I'm using 10 count, I use this. This is in my car, everywhere. I have 3 of these. I know that's really bad, but I have one at home, one at work, and one in my car because that way I can stitch anywhere and everywhere. But if you wanted one gift that, like if somebody's asking you, like maybe your mom who wants to get you something slightly expensive, this is the gift you want to get. And Lori introduced me to this brand of light a couple years ago. So this is a must-have. I might have to take it home. Let's do another small one. Santa came early. Okay, these I've been using for years. These are Lori Holt's Floss Flowers, and as you can see when I'm showing you my projects, you will see that I always have these, and this is like my favorite thing to have in my bag because you've got to have cute stuff, and I love these. So these are great stocking stuffers. Some of these things would be great. You could put them in these little bags and put them in your wife's stocking. And here's Santa. Let's see what Santa has. Ooh, he has the brand new Stitching with the Housewives bag. So this is brand new. We just loaded this on Friday, and this is perfect for all of your projects. And the reason that Priscilla and Chelsea picked this size is their patterns fit perfectly in here, and your floss. So anything that you're working on that's theirs, this is perfect to hold your stuff in. It's plenty big, and if you're working on a super, super big project, you could put just your floss in here and put this within a bigger bag. So this matches their shirt, their hoodie, and their brand new shirt. So there is the brand new bag. I'm very excited. When this came in, I was like, oh, I have to have one right away. Super cute. And let's open another reindeer treat. Oh my gosh. Okay, these are Pat Carson's needles. You know, when I first started cross stitch and people told me about these needles, I thought, you know, they're too expensive. Why would anybody pay that much? These are awesome. They last a long time, so I have to change them out less often. And I love these. And I use size 26. If I'm working on the 10 count, I will use a size 24. And if you are somebody who works on higher count fabrics like 40 count, 32 count, you would need a size 28. So these needles come in size 24, 26, and 28, but my favorite is the 26. So these would be great in your stocking. You could just fill your own stocking. And then the next item, let's see what's in here. Oh my gosh, my cross stitch line keepers. Okay, these are amazing. And they're really great when you're working with something like the Fright Night spider web. That has a lot of up and down, left and right, easy to get lost. And I probably should have used it on that branch because I forgot the branch. But these are magnetic. They attach to your chart. So you put your chart in here and you can move it up and down and it will tell you where you're at in your chart. And you get 2 smaller ones and 2 larger ones. And these are a must-have. We put these together and developed these under our It's So Emma brand because we felt like there was nothing on the market like this. And let's see, we've got a little gift bag here. Oh, it's the cross stitch journal. So I can't live without this. This is something that, again, we developed because it was something that I needed and there was nothing for me to buy. So sometimes if there's just something that I would use over and over, we're going to develop it in the market because if I need it, maybe some other people do too. So this one, you can keep track of 50 projects at one time. You can put the pattern name, the designer, when you started and ended, what cloth you stitch on, what stitch count it is, and your finished size. And what I do is I put my floss, and then if I change anything, I put it down here. And I also have a box for notes if you run out of space or if you want to add Piggy's colors when you add to a chart. And I do keep track of my time, and the reason I do that is I do this for work, and that way I will know if I'm going to make 12 of the same thing about how much time that will take me. So this is very handy. And also in the back you can put information on thread in the back, and there's a note section. And I have filled up 3 of these this year. So I have several of these and they are quite handy. And usually what I do is I will put like Stitch Mania, Stitchtober, Jolly Housewives, or just general projects. I will put some kind of note here to talk about what that is in that book so that I can find it, because I use the book so often. I need to know in the front of the book what it is. And the next one, okay, we've put together some fabric for you. As you can see, if you follow me on FlossTube, this is the #1 fabric that I use over and over and over. Anything that I stitch that is hands-on design or Stitching with the Housewives, I use Chalkboard Black. It is 14 count, and it is not so black that you cannot see the holes. It's got a tint of gray to it, and I use this on so many things, and so I've probably used 20 packs of this Witchell fabric, and I like it because it is stiff. I like my Aida stiff. And we've got 2 more, and then I'll have to wait for Christmas. Okay, this is brand new this year by Lori Holt. This is her brand new Biddy boards. We have a video on our channel on how you can actually make these with supplies from a general craft store, or you can buy them pre-made. She actually came up with the 7x7 size so that when you're working on your projects, you can store your floss. This has batting, so you can put, like when you're done, you can just lay it on there and it will actually stick. And sometimes I lay both on there and then I'll know this goes back on here when I'm done. And this size is perfect for when you're sitting in your chair. You can put this on the armrest and it won't fall off. Or you could set it on top of your dog and he won't even mind because it's light enough. Don't ask me how I know. And our very, very last, we saved the best for last. These are our Gingham on the Go bags, which are my very favorite thing. You will see that I have them everywhere. In fact, I have one right here that's full of things. So in this set, you get 3 bags, a small, a medium, and a large. They will stand up because we built them with a gusset in the bottom. So they will all stand up and you can stitch on them. And we have a video on how you can stitch with our cross stitch alphabet, and the set comes with all 3. So this is super, super, super exciting. So make sure to send this to everyone in your life that needs to buy something for you for Christmas, and I'm happy to answer any questions, and make sure to enter the giveaway that is on our blog.
Grammy Love asking about, oh sorry, let me turn my mic on. Grammy Love was asking about the boxes that from which you were unwrapping, if we sell those.
No, but you can get them at Hobby Lobby because we got them at Hobby Lobby yesterday.
Yes. And then a few people were asking how you use the Halo Go Light, if you can use it in your car, on the couch, in a chair, how does it work?
I'll show you how you use it. This one is not opened, so I'll have to open it. We might have to get some scissors.
Yes.
I have a picture on my phone that I could show you of how I used it in my car last night, but I think my phone's downstairs. Hold on, I got it. I think I got it. I should have brought my real one, but guess what? I need another one.
This comes off real cleanly.
Yeah. So I like that it's white. I don't like black, so anything that I like that the light is white because that's pretty. And because it has a solid base, it can go anywhere, and you just move this up and down and you look through the hole. It's not charged, so you're not going to be able to see the light, but there are, it's very bright. You can see through here. Can you go to the upper camera? And you can see that it magnifies.
Ooh.
And you will be able to see your stitches. And sometimes if I'm working on a chart that has maybe like a half stitch or something really odd and I can't tell, I will put my chart under this so that it can help me find my way. And what's great about it is it folds up and it goes in a bag. So what I do when I'm in my car, so this is my, like, you know, where you put your drink console.
Cup holder console?
Yeah, you just put that right on there without your drink in it. And then I just put it right here and stitch.
Does it fit in the cup holder?
No, it's on top. So because it's got this really long base, it's not going to tip over because it's very sturdy at the bottom. So because it's sturdy, it will fit, and it's not gonna topple over.
Okay. And does it use batteries?
It uses you charge it with a cord that you plug in the wall, and it holds for about 3 hours for me.
Excellent. Question from Princess P. Holly Martin about the cross stitch journal. Do you use 1 page per project if you're breaking up the project by day like Stitchtober?
So for Stitchtober, I broke it out by day, so so that I can kind of keep track of what I'm supposed to be doing that exact day. I don't always do that. Like if I'm just doing something it's not for work, I'm just going to use that page once. So totally optional, but on Stitchtober it helps me because it's numbered. I know what day I'm on.
From Lenore Dunn, will there be a mystery for Christmas?
No, but there will be one after Christmas.
Ooh. And a few people have been asking how Piggy's doing.
Oh, he's good. He's a good doggy. So guys, thanks for watching. I will see you next Wednesday, and have a great week.
Bye, everyone.